days? What happened to the happy days? When it was all about the family. Watching all the cousins play. We had so many happy days. What happened to the happy days? When it was all about the family. Watching all the cousins play. We had so many happy days. What happened to the happy days? When it was all about the family.
Yeah.
Watching all the cousins play. We had so many happy days. What happened to the happy days? When it was all about the family. Watching all the cousins play. We had so many happy days.
All right, all right, all right. I'd like to welcome everybody. It's a little spur of the moment, it's nothing really planned. Just wanted to come on and talk a little bit, kick a little facts, and get a little bit off my chest. You know what I'm saying? Just wanted to come on and do a little speaking. Man, it's just been a lot on my chest. Been a lot that I really want to say. About a lot of things that's been going on. A lot of people not going to agree with what I got to say, but I don't speak for people to agree with me. I speak how I feel, and I speak from the heart, man. I'm not going to say something just to get a rouse out of anybody. I'm speaking it because it's how I feel. So, just basically about a lot of things going on back home in the city of Shaw, all around. And now speaking on the incident that's happening out there in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I just been paying attention to the situation, and I've come to realize that a lot of people are already starting to bring their theories up and why this and why that. Oh, he was shot because he's a criminal. It's amazing. I find it really amazing and low at the same time that every time somebody is harmed or hurt at the hands of a cop, first thing they do is try to go bring up this person's past or history. So you mean to tell me that because somebody has a past or they're a criminal, they've done something in their life, that them being murdered or killed or whatever is okay? If that's the case, some of the people that's making these comments, you wouldn't be here. It's sad. When I was reading it this morning, I was like, wow. Then I looked at the video. Okay, that video can go two ways. Okay, the cops are supposed to be trained for certain situations. First off, you have two cops, both guns drawn. One cop's following, and they already have the guns drawn, following him around the car. While both cops, one cop basically hiding behind the other cop. If you ask me, the one cop was hiding behind the cop. And this morning when I spoke on it, I had people inbox me. It's funny. I find it funny that a lot of them won't say it, on my post. They'll inbox me how they feel about my comments. And I just for the record, I just want to say, I really don't care how you feel about my comments. I really don't care. I really don't. I don't care how you feel, because my comments is how I feel. Everybody, I'm gonna say it like it is. I feel like this. Some of you idiots with these comments about, well, wouldn't nobody get shot if they do what the police say? All you guys have to do is do what the officers tell you to do, and you wouldn't get shot. And every time I look at the profile picture, you already know. You already know the story. My thing is, how can you tell us what we should or shouldn't do when you're never put in that situation? The police pull you guys over. The police, y'all can get out to, I'm not speaking on, this is nothing against white people, but I'm just speaking in general. If the cops pull a white guy over, he can get out the car with weed in his mouth, smoking, a machine gun in his hand, and their guns aren't going to get drawn. They're going to talk to him. Oh, could you put the weapon down? If they say that. But they'll say, well, that's his right to carry that. he's legal. Okay. But you're shooting guys in the back saying, oh, he had a weapon. They found him laying on the cell phone. Shooting people as they running. Oh, I felt like my life was in danger. If somebody running away from you, how your life in danger? I'm I'm getting fed up. This goes all the way back to Chicago. I have yet to deal with the situation that happened a few years ago. I already, I've lost so many friends and loved ones and stuff in the streets of Chicago due to violence, senseless violence. About 15, 20 years ago, my best friend was gunned down right in front of his house. DJ Fatback Julius Duncan Wilson III, may he rest in peace. He was gunned down in front of his house. And you know what it was about? A woman sitting in the middle playing back and forth. We all knew what it was. You have guys out here killing one another over these women. The women sit in the middle. They say whenever something like this happens, sometimes most of 78% of the time, you can find it in the center where it's always something to do with a female. Fellas, these women don't belong to you. If you dating somebody, she don't belong to you. God put what she carried between her legs, God put on her. That's not yours. It's not yours to tell her what to do with it. It's not yours to go out here killing somebody over it. Because guess what? You go and shoot somebody over this woman while you in jail doing time, guess what she doing? Somebody else is getting what you spending time for. Because she's not finna stick by your side. Now you done wrecked 2 homes. You done wrecked the person you killed. You've wrecked their family because they lost a loved one forever. And your family because you locked up over ignorance. All of the things that you brothers out here killing each other for, I just don't get it. I don't get it. You arguing over neighborhoods that don't belong to you. You claiming a block that don't belong to you. That at any given moment, the police will come and wipe you off that block. But you want to fight and claim that block. I don't get it. Everybody want to say they tough. Anybody can pull the trigger. Anybody. You can give a 5-month-old baby that has strength in their hand a gun and they can shoot somebody. But what's even worse is the way it's happening. You see these young men getting these huge contracts. All you got to do is look at the pattern. Look at the pattern. These guys getting these record contracts, and what happened to them as soon as they start signing these deals? 2 or 3 months later, they're gone. Who do you think is benefiting? It's not the family. Because these families, I'm gonna be honest with you. These families are not smart enough to as soon as they get that money to go get a huge, and I mean a huge insurance policy to make sure if something happened to them that their family is straight. They don't think like that. The first thing they do is they want to show off. They want to go get the car. They want to go do this, and they want to let the world know that they got money now. You don't think everybody know? As soon as when you're in Chicago or anywhere, as soon as an underground artist is signed for the music that first of all, you're not even signed yet. Your music come out of nowhere, and before you know it, this a mega star overnight. Ain't nobody heard their music. Don't nobody know who they are. They just come out all of a sudden. They got the biggest hit, and if you really listen to some of it, it ain't even worth listening to. Now I've heard some of the music of them that's been coming out. Some of it is pretty good. speaking one. I'm gonna speak on a lot of things. I'm just gonna tell it like it is. The guy, FBG Duck, made some good music, but one of the things that I don't agree with, I just feel this is my personal feeling. This has nothing to do with anybody else. This is just how I always been. Regardless who I have issues with, I don't care what issue we got. If this person passed away, that issue is done. That issue is done, and I'm not going to continue to bash their name and throw dirt on it and make fun of them, because guess what? That person is gone. Y'all had issues when they was here, but why drag their name in the dirt to make their family suffer? Because every time you do it, the family have to hear about it. The family have to deal with the constantly hearing how, well, this person was that, they was doing all. I don't understand all this. We smoking on this person. We smoke. I know where y'all coming from with it, but I just don't get it. I don't get it. Every time you turn around, it's another one dropping. And it's all senseless. Over what? Beef? Because this person from this gang was killed. There's retaliation. When will it stop? Some of you guys, y'all really don't even know what you're fighting for. Because you went got yourself sworn in a gang, you feel you got to go out here and kill somebody because they're in a different gang. Half of y'all went to school together. Half of y'all used to hang out together. Half of y'all done so many different, used to wear each other clothes. That's just how close y'all was. But because y'all in different gangs now, you are op. What the hell is a op? Y'all better start thinking. Y'all, everybody run around here. Oh man, that's my op, man. If I see an op, I'm gonna pop him. Okay. It sound cool. So they start making records about it. Oh, pop the op, drop them, all this crap. It sound good. So guess who capitalized on all of the ignorance? Record labels. Record labels take a broke kid from the ghetto that probably ain't had $20 to his name, give him a lucrative contract. You know what's going on behind the pages. As soon as he signed that contract, the record label let him know right away. Well, we have to take an insurance policy out on you because you are our artist, and that's just part of the procedure. We know the deal. They let you run around and flash your money and flash your jewelry and cars and guns, and they give you ammunition to put yourself in position to be exterminated. The ones that don't get exterminated, they end up in penitentiary, in the federal joint. You get tapped, you get caught up, you get all of these charges, and then the worst thing I hate to hear, man, and this is not pertaining to all, but I hate when I'm watching, I watch a lot of stuff, and I see what's going on. I'm not stupid. I'm from the street. I'm from Chicago, born and raised. I used to run the street. I used to do the same thing. I wasn't out here, walking around killing people just for the fun of it or killing people for the hell of it. I wasn't trying to make no name. I was surviving. Back in my day, that was a code. Women and kids, nah. If something happened to a woman or a child in a neighborhood, the gang in that neighborhood found out who done it, and it was dealt with. Because that was the code. There was no women and kids was off limits. Now you got babies barely making home from the hospital. Babies getting killed on the highway coming home from the hospital. Never even made it to see the crib. They just getting killed. It's that bad. And then you got guys walking around glorifying to how many bodies they got. That's not cool. That's sad. I don't care how much money you made. I don't care how much money you got. When you die, that money is useless to you. Your family not enjoying it because, like I said in the beginning, when they get these big giant signing bonuses, they not putting it where it should go. They go right out and start splurging. They got to show off. They got to show the neighborhood that they the man. Didn't nothing go into stocks. Didn't no money go into family members' names to make sure mom or the rest of the family is straight when something happened to them. But when you go, you best believe that label that you signed that deal with got a nice check. Because all you are to them is an agenda filler and you a check. They may give you 200,000-300,000 up front, you know, the ones that's not smart. Now you got some artists out here that's coming out, they business smart because they drug dealers already. The smartest businessman you're gonna find, and I'm just keeping it real with you, the smartest businessman you're gonna find is a drug dealer. A real drug dealer. Because you got drug dealers out here that's broke. They selling, but they ain't saving. They selling and using more than they sell. Like that old rap record say, don't get high on your own supply. But you got people out here doing that and they call themselves drug dealers. I don't. But you got some of these guys out here that had money before the records came along, but that give them the option to step away from the streets and get more money in a way that they feel is legal. But have you paid attention to any of the artists that's coming out lately? Okay, Chicago we've had Kanye, we've had Twista, we've had Lupe, Common, Chance. Okay, those rappers that what I would say is like hip hop. Nowadays, if it ain't drill music, you ain't getting no contract. I don't care how good you are. They not giving hip hop no contracts. If you coming out and you glorifying and you pushing what they want out there, oh yeah, you don't even have to make no sense. You could just come up and say, I take pills, pop 1 or 2, and I murk the ops. You got a lucrative contract just for that one word. It's sad, but it's the truth. A lot of people ain't gonna like what I'm saying, but it's the truth. And a lot of the parents out here, they so thirsty. I'm being 100% real. I can't say it's a lot of the parents' fault, but you play your role. Because instead of you, when you should have been, excuse my language, instead of putting your foot in some of my ass, you out here trying to be their friend.
I have a loud buzzing noise when I watch you. Just make sure everybody else maybe makes sure it's not my phone. It's like a loud. I just want to make sure everybody.
Hey, if y'all can hear me clear, somebody let me know if y'all can hear me clear, or do y'all hear a buzzing sound? I don't know. Let me know if you can hear me clear, or if there's a buzzing noise that's interrupting the show. But yeah, just let me know if y'all can hear me clear. But back to what I was saying. A lot of these parents, I'm not a parent. I haven't lost a child to violence, but I've had a cousin who I'm watching the news one day back a while ago. I got several cousins that have lost children to this violence out here. Okay, you can hear me clear. Okay, what's up, cousin? I just realized that. What's up, cuz? I've had family members that lost children to violence. I'm watching the news one day, all the way where I live at, and I see something going on, not to bring it up, downtown Chicago, and I'm like, man, that's sad, that's sad. And in the midst of the news broadcast, I see one of my cousins holding his wife, his child's mother. I'm like, wait a minute, that look like my family. And as I start making phone calls, it was. My cousin lost his son in the streets of Chicago, downtown. My sister lost her son, my first nephew, Chicago, downtown. Same thing happened with FBG Duck, life taken, Chicago, downtown. Now, what I don't understand is this. We all been downtown. If you from Chicago, you know how downtown is. You can't take 2 steps without seeing a cop car. You got cops walking up and down the street, riding bikes all over the place. You can't do nothing downtown and walk away from it. But now, dig this. I forgot his name. The actor who played on Empire, who pretended that he was robbed, and somebody was making comments, against his sexuality. I forgot. I can't remember his name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. They quickly, in the dark, used videotapes around downtown to get to the bottom of that situation. Now that was 3 blocks from where my nephew was murdered. My nephew Zach was murdered on downtown in Prentice Row. Now we know Prentice Row is loaded with cameras. Nothing. You know what it end up? A cold case. The situation with Duck gonna end up the same way. Why? Because watching the news broadcast and all of the lives that was going on when it happened, he was allowed to die. He laid on that ground for 40 minutes, moving around, trying to get up. Not one person in a uniform did anything to assist him. They walked back and forth past him, moved people away, stood and talked to the crowd. Ambulance, if you go back and watch some of them lives, the ambulance is sitting down the street behind the tape because they never moved the tape. Didn't allow the ambulance through for about 40 minutes. If he had made it to the hospital, it's a possibility he could have lived. Now, everybody want to say you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Well, that being true, hey, you have to live. You have to be willing to accept the consequences of what you bring to others. You can't do something and not be willing to accept it. I went and I used to watch his videos because back in the day when my nephew was doing videos, my nephew would go all over the city, all over the globe, not just Chicago, but he had a special thing for Chicago because that's where he come from. He did interviews with Duck. He did interviews with everybody out there. I knew he wasn't in the gang, but guess what? Sometimes you don't even have to be in the gang. You can be what they call, and which is true, guilty by association. You don't have to be a gang member to be put out as one. You can be a neutron. Most of y'all know what I mean. You can be a neutron. If you hang around a certain set a lot, you claim as that set when you walk in a different neighborhood. That's just how it is. But I get tired of hearing parents go, in their eyes, my baby wasn't this, my baby. Some of them telling the truth. Some of the parents don't know what's going on out here. Some of the people don't know that their children are in certain things. But some of them are just so obvious that when you come on and you start going, my baby wasn't a gang member. Come on now. Come on. We understand that you're hurting and you don't want to accept things, but let's be real about the situation. If you know what your child doing and you glorifying it for some money or to get you what you want, this is one of the most hurtful things to probably hear. But if you glorifying it and you dealing with them or you allowing it because you getting something out of it, then when they pass, that blood is on your hand. Regardless how they die, that blood is on your hand. Because you as the parent should be glorifying. You know what's right and what's wrong. But that's the problem nowadays. Parents aren't parents. They friends. You got mothers in the clubs twerking with their daughters. Grandmamas don't even, grandmamas 32 and up. 32, 40. Remember when grandmamas used to look at your grandmama, she like 50 some years old. It's crazy. I'm not knocking anybody. I mean, if it happened early, it happened early. But this is just how things change. The grandmamas aren't respected because most of the grandmamas are doing the same things too. Remember, grandma used to keep the family together. Now, sometimes grandma's the issue. Grandma just as crazy as the rest of the family. But if you glorifying everything that's going on, you can't complain about it when it goes wrong. One of the things that when I was out in the street, when I was growing up, I didn't understand because I figured, I come from a family where my mom and dad, they sometimes didn't eat to make sure all five of us ate. And not just the five of us, whatever other kids was in the house, because for some reason, everybody kids ended up at our house because that's just, my mom and dad was a lot of people's mom and dad. Even though we didn't have a lot, they wouldn't turn anybody away. That's just the hearts they had. So I figured, I'm out here in the street getting this. I can take care of them. My mama and daddy would not take a penny from me. Even when there's been times that I tried to sneak money in my daddy's pocket. He knew it. He threw it out the window. He'd go and just throw it, he didn't care. I knew better. I knew better to go to my mama about. I knew better. That was an ass whooping. I'm just being 100% honest. My mama might be 9 times out of 10. My mama might be listening right now because she listened and watched everything I do now, and I appreciate that because she's always done that, and that's what keeps me together. My cousin just said what she just said is the honest to God's truth. Some of these mothers give their kids guns. You have some of these mothers that's sitting up here telling their kids, yeah, you got to drop them, make sure you do this instead of trying to school them right. See, growing up, one of the reasons that even though, you can't change your kids' mind, you can't make them do anything once they're adults, but it's still your job to put it in their head to make them think about it. I pray every day, man. Every day that my phone rings, I'm praying that I'm not getting a call that something happened to my son. My son got a fiery little temper. But I know things is not the way they were when I was a kid and in the street. How you get into you have an issue with somebody, y'all go in the parking lot and box it out. Y'all go in the parking lot and box or put on them gloves. That's how we did it. That's how we did it. Y'all got issues? Okay, we gonna meet at this park. We gonna bring some gloves. Hey, this is man on man. This ain't no 10 people finna jump one person. And it ain't none of that. We'd go to the park, put on them gloves, we take care of business. Somebody might got knocked out, somebody might have got a tooth knocked out. But guess what? Wasn't nobody mother crying at night and trying to figure out how they're gonna bury their child. And a lot of times, 2 or 3 weeks later, the same person you had that fight with, you somewhat talking to them. And y'all realized that it was worthless. It was over nothing. It was mostly over somebody that didn't like somebody, so they sparked it up. I'm friends with so many. I still speak with so many people that I put the gloves on with. I'm friends with people I've been hit in my face one time. One time in my whole life, I got hit in my face in a fight. 52 years old, and I got hit in the face one time. But that one time woke me up. But me and him is cool. We talk whenever, we speak on Facebook, it ain't no animosity. None. And we both from two sides of the fence. That don't happen now. Now somebody walk past and say, man, I don't even like his shoes. They'll shoot you because they don't like your shoes. They'll shoot you because you walk by and you look their way and didn't say nothing. Oh, he think he all that. And then what's the first thing they do? They say people telling on them. What's the first thing they do? Run to the internet and start bragging. Yeah, I just caught a body on so-and-so street. You just told on yourself. Ain't nobody snitching on you. You an internet snitch. The police don't have to go around and ask questions because y'all tell on yourself. They wonder how, man, the house got raided. How could your house not get raided? You on Facebook Live with guns, weed, pills, name it, you got it, prostitutes, everything, and you on parole. You don't think you putting your business out there? And you know why they do it? Just to look cool. How cool you look when the police come tag your ass? How cool do that look? When you can't see your kids, one of the most hurtful things in the world is to see your child walk away from a visiting room not knowing if you'll ever see that child again. I made some mistakes growing up, and I look at some of these guys right now, and that's why I talk to them the way I do. I try to talk to everybody. No, your situation ain't my business, but then again, it is my business. Because if it ain't another man out here, if you don't have a male in your family trying to steer you right, then you is my business. Because the mistakes y'all making, probably 80% of them I made. And I paid for them. Nowadays, guys make a mistake, and what they do, blame it on their friends. Blame it on everybody else. Man, I wouldn't have went to jail if so-and-so hadn't told. No, you wouldn't have went to jail if you hadn't shot somebody. You wouldn't have went to jail if you hadn't robbed somebody. Didn't nobody make you rob nobody. You did it on your own. If you in jail for robbing somebody and you did it, that's your own fault. What you think you can go around here and do all this dirt and don't get caught? I had one of the older guys when I was young. I had an older guy. He told me, he said, one thing you gonna learn is selling drugs in the street. It's only two places for you: jail or hell. If you plan on being a drug dealer a career, they're gonna throw concrete on you or close the gate in front of you. Ain't no lifelong career as a drug dealer. I've done everything you can do. I've had the money that everybody running around here, and oh man, that money. I had money. It started coming so fast that I didn't understand it, but I was in love with the thought of I can go outside, I can move this pack, and in 20 minutes I got 5 stacks, $5,000 in 20 minutes. Now, be honest. When you coming from Chicago, Southside, Inglewood, you coming from a household of poverty, that's a gold mine. And that's how I was thinking when I was young. The world told me you won't make it past 18. What stopped me was my own self stopped me. Well, not me. My own doing is the cause of me still being alive. One day I was taking my father to the store, the Cornerstone, 71st and Austin. While I was sitting outside in the car, 2 guys stuck me up. 2 guys that I knew well. One of them was my own kind. Stuck me up. My father walks out the store and see them with a shotgun in my face. When they got what they wanted and took off, my father told me right in my face, you're going to either stop doing what you're doing or I'm going to turn you in. And I called his bluff on it. I called his bluff. I kept doing what I was doing because how they say, It was too good to me. You know how it's just like the drug game is just like sex. A lot of guys come out and say, no, well, I ain't gonna wear no condom. Well, I ain't gotta wear a condom, I'll pull out. No. But then they can't pull out. It gets so good to them, they can't pull out. Now you got a baby that you can't take care of. Well, that's how the drug game is. I thought I could walk away when I felt like it, but the money was coming so fast and so good that I was risking everything. And my father told me, I'd rather watch them close the gate than watch them put dirt on you. I didn't listen. I called his bluff and he turned me in. 2 months after that situation, my father turned me in. I had so much hatred in my heart because I didn't understand what he had done. It was so many different things going through my mind until I got locked up. I'm sitting in there, and it took an old guy who'd been in there since he was a teenager to put me straight, to make me realize that what my dad had done to me is what a lot of fathers and parents should be doing today, standing up. See, we didn't come from no rich family. To be honest with you, my cousin that's on here right now, they used to come to our house every other weekend and stay with us for every other weekend or weeks at a time. She could tell you we was poor. When I say poor, I'm talking about beans and rice every day. We ate. I ain't finna sit here and say we didn't have we had good food too. But if you look at the money situation, if you want to, we come from a poverty-stricken home. But my mother and father was both there. They made sure that we ate, that we had clothes, and that we went to school. My rebellion ain't a reflection of them. It's a reflection of myself. That's why I say sometimes the parents don't know what the kids out there doing. But when you get wind of it, act on it. When my father found out what was going on, my father stepped to me like a man supposed to step to his son. If you don't take care of it, I'm going to turn you in. And he kept his word. And you know what? I can say something right now that a lot of young men can't say because they dead. They gone. I'm still sitting here and I'm telling this is my story. I'm telling y'all what happened in my life, how I'm still here because my father stood up. My mother wasn't accepting money from me. My mother wasn't covering up my wrongdoings. My mother wasn't lying and hiding for me, had me for the cops. My daddy wasn't playing it. I didn't get whoopings. My father prepared me for the world. He said, the world is not finna whoop you with no belt. The world ain't finna smack you. At the time, I just didn't understand. And in my heart, I thought he hated me. I kept saying, he hate me. My dad really hate me. When all alone, man, my father loved me more than probably than he did himself. He used to say it all the time, you my baby, you my firstborn. I love you more than life itself. How could I not like, and I just would never listen. When I was locked up is when my dad first started getting sick. It was when I was locked up, my dad first started getting sick. He got a little better. And even though I was on my way, I was facing 3 Class X felonies, 6 to 30. Figure that one out. On those charges, y'all wouldn't even know me right now. Because if I'd have went in on that time, it wouldn't be no Dub C's, no double C, none of the stuff, none of the things that y'all know of me. None of that. My life was done. My girl came with my daughter. I ran her away. She came to see me and I ran her away from the jail. I told her to get out of my life, take that baby, go take that baby. Don't ever bring the baby back. Why would I want to keep saying, when you locked up, the last thing you want to be worried about is somebody on the outside, especially when you get in time like what I was facing. I didn't want my daughter to see me growing up, to be coming to see me in jail. I regret that, I regret it because I have no relationship with my daughter now. That's one of the reasons. But I ran that situation away. And it was all due to my stupidity, my greed for money, not thinking. And that's what's going on nowadays. All you guys out here that's killing people, doing all these stupid things, you're not thinking about your future. Especially, it'd be shocking. You never know that these guys got kids until they pass away. Then they start bringing up how many kids they got. A few of them married. You never know these things because all you see of them is the bad things, the things they out in the street doing. Anytime you going on live telling people, yeah, man, I keep a peace with me. I do this. First off, if a gun is kept for protection, you don't tell somebody you got it, because if I'm coming to get somebody and you tell me you got a gun, when I come to get you, I know to make sure you don't get to your gun. But the thing is now, everybody's so lean and loud out, you're not thinking. See, the stuff that y'all smoking now, that ain't real marijuana. Y'all smoking all this man-made stuff and all these different chemicals put together. What you think it's doing to you? You get 2 or 3 people you think you can trust, and you best believe this. I found this out the hard way. When you, whether it's drugs or in this rap game, when you got money, and I mean real money, and you got people around you, you might have 10 guys around you and say, well, these are only 10 that I trust. I'll put any amount of money on it that at least 2 of them is standing back from time to time talking about, man, you know, we don't get why he don't treat us right, man. You know, he treat this person better. They always get this. I've heard those kind of conversations before. And that's when I was young out in the game. I used to sit back and listen to these little cats go, man, so-and-so, man, I be trying to get these J's, man. Man, he don't be looking out for us, but every time I turn around, he gets so-and-so. I used to sit back and listen to him. And I had to tell him, I said, man, well, y'all feel that way about him. How is it that y'all still run? Every day, if he snap his finger, you jump. But this is how y'all feel about it. That's when I learned you don't trust people. The people that's closest to you is the one. You have to be more aware of those that's closer to you than you the one that's not. Because the ones that you leery of that's not close to you, you watching them. But you're not really watching the one that's sitting next to you. And most of the time, 98% of the time, when something happened to somebody, it's somebody right there next to them. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes it's people always saying, oh, the ops did this, the ops did that. That's the first thing. Whenever something happened to somebody, first thing they say, the ops. Look around you. Listen. You're supposed to always know your surroundings. Ain't no reason or nowhere in the world you should be out somewhere and you got people with you and you get targeted like that. I'm just speaking in general. I'm not speaking about a certain situation. I'm just speaking in general. I got a cousin, man. I don't know. It's like trouble just following him around. 1 month, he done been shot twice, 2 different situations. If that don't wake you up, it's gonna come a day when you don't wake up. God only warned you a few times. How they say, there's always a warning before the storm. If you get shot once and then you survive that, you get shot again and you survive that, you're supposed to be somewhere with your head stuck in the ground hiding. That should wake you up to get you off the street. Now, if you run right back out there doing the same thing, then guess what you're doing? You playing with God. because God didn't shield you a few times. He let you got hit. You've been warned. You didn't listen. You got hit again. That's a second warning. How do you say 3 strikes and you out? Life's like a ball game. Sometimes you ain't got 9 innings. You know what I'm saying? You can get 3 strikes before 9 innings is up. Quick. A lot of times when I'm talking, man, a lot of these guys they don't really want to hear what I got to say because it bothers them. Because a lot of them guilty of what I'm saying. But that's the whole thing, man. You know, I'm sitting and watching, I'm watching everything. When my nephew got killed, man, I heard so many, oh, he's a gangbanger. He's this, he's that. He dropped out of high. I was hearing some things that I knew it was so bad that they had to start saying, yeah, he went to Corliss, but he dropped out. I'm sitting here going, really? Zachary graduated from high school. Zachary had 3 different degrees. Zachary was a correctional officer that quit his job because he didn't like what he saw at the prison. Zachary was an entrepreneur that had a dream that wanted to make Chicago better, wanted to give losers an opportunity. But that just goes to show that no matter how good you are or how good your heart is, it's always somebody that either wants your spot or don't like the fact that everybody's honoring you. See, people can like you so much that somebody don't want to see you around because you have some people out here that it bothers them when everywhere you go, they see you being, oh yeah, oh my God, he this and yeah, he done this, oh he helped this, and that tears down their character because it takes away from them. Envy is something else, man. Envy caused a lot of murders, a lot of senseless things to go on. But it all goes back to this. It starts at home. It starts at home. A lot of the things that's allowing to be done, do I feel it's gone too far? Yeah, it's been gone too far. Can it be stopped? I can't even answer that. And I'm one of the most optimistic persons in the world. But I look at the situation and I sometimes say, this is one of those situations that has gone so far that I don't see no ending in it, not right now. Because sometimes you can take away a person's life, and that one person that you took out can strike just strike like a war. Because if you take out the person that's feeding everybody, you're gonna have a problem. Because now you got a lot of hungry people that you just took food out of their mouth. But also, when somebody's gone, you gotta don't be quick to jump and look across the gate at the people across the gate. Sometimes when something go on, we gotta start checking amongst ourselves sometimes. Because like it goes back to what I said. In every organization, you got somebody sitting in the cut, a couple people holding the conversation about, man, if I was in this position, I'll be doing this. Man, if I had the money, everybody would be getting this. Man, if I had the money, I'll make sure this. And if they had the money, it wouldn't be no damn different than it is now. And that's the whole situation. The more you get, the more enemies you make. That's why I ain't seeking out no money like that. Money bring problems. Money bring problems. The more money you get, the more people want to be around you. I don't want a lot of people around me. I like family members around me, and only certain ones. I don't want a lot of people around me. My life been public forever. Let me stay to myself. Let me be by myself. But you got people out here that's so attention seeking that they'll do anything just to be in the limelight. They'll go out here knowing the situation and put themselves right in the line of fire just to be popular. And that's sad. Because when you gone, you're not hurt. Nothing about you is hurt. Because you'll be remembered. A lot of people don't want to admit it, but this is how it goes. When somebody passed, they friends for probably a couple months, if that long, all your friends, they all pouring out liquor for you. They all smoking for you. Oh, man, it's for you. Oh, resting. Everybody crying and telling how good you was. A few months later, your name ain't even mentioned no more. You're an afterthought. You know what they're doing? Now it's on to the next person. It's on to the next person we can flock to, get something from, get something out of, or be around. But guess who's still hurting? Your family. And of course, all family ain't just blood. Some of the associates may have become like family. So your family is hurting. But everybody that was, oh, he's the great, oh, you're not even thought of. But you put everything out there for them. All of these artists that be sitting here and say, man, if I get on, I ain't leaving the city. That's the dumbest shit you can ever say. That's the dumbest thing you could ever do. First off, you already know if you come from a city, you know how grimy they are because you part of that grind. If you get a certain status, you don't even have to have the money. If you get a certain status, get up and get gone. Because the way it goes now, we all know about that crabs in the barrel syndrome. Reality is this. Everybody say, yay, he putting on for the city. Yay, he putting on for the city. He helping out all the artists in the city. Man, Zach TV, he the truth, man. He doing this, he doing that. All the time. I told my nephew multiple times, I wish you'd get up and leave. Why don't you just leave, man? You done got to a status where you shouldn't be walking around Chicago the way you are. You shouldn't be, I mean, he had the type of heart where he'd go anywhere, you know, he it wasn't about, oh, I shouldn't, he was going everywhere following his passion. And it's just, it's bad when your passion costs you your life. He didn't want to leave Chicago because he felt if he left Chicago, he was letting all the Chicagoans down. Now that he's gone, they don't give a fuck about you, man. Excuse my language. Only thing every now and then, if one of us mentions something about you, somebody may go, long live Zach. That's it. Ain't nobody posting nothing. The praises, all of that is gone. You was just a thought to them. But your family's the one suffer with it every day. Because the family didn't lose some superstar, some celebrity. We lost a family member. All of these guys that's being dropped in the streets like that, they got families. And I'm not going to sit here and say just because somebody in the gang, they should die, just because somebody do this. I don't really think anybody, you know, it's consequences to actions. I can say this. Everything you do, you have to realize there's consequences for it. You're not going to continue to do things over and over and over and constantly walk away from it. It's just not going to happen. And a lot of people fail to realize, they think, oh man, if I got a piece on me, that piece don't mean nothing. It just means that if you got a gun on you, that's all it means. Because if you're not walking with it in your hand, pointing at the person that's coming up to get you, you still going down. So that gun is useless. Some of these cats got guns and don't even know what the hell to do with them. I done looked at the news, how shootouts going on, and dudes shoot their own damn homie. Dudes shooting themselves because they don't know what's going on. They want to look tough. Shooting videos and accidentally shoot themselves. Come on now. Now you don't look tough, you look stupid. But these streets ain't no joke, y'all. Everybody taking it for granted, thinking it's pretty. Once you pull the trigger, that person don't come back. And I don't care how crazy you say you are, your life ain't the same. Because every time you close your eyes, you're going to think about them lives you took. Every time you hear a certain sound, you're going to wonder, is that somebody coming for you? I've seen a lot of rappers say it on their interviews. Man, hey, I ain't scared to go. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. You might not be scared to go, but guess what? The fact that you said that just let the whole world know that you know what's going to happen. So that means you think about it. So you never at peace because you always thinking about somebody coming to get you. Was the money worth it? Was the fame worth it? I take peace any day. Well, I just wanted to come on here and just talk a little bit. You know, it was nothing specific, no agenda. No, I just wanted to talk. Keep it real. Say it was on my heart. I was bored, and I was just thinking about the situation over in Kenosha. People, we gotta do better, man. We gotta do better, man. Every time something happened in these neighborhoods, we want to tap the whole damn city. What's left after you tear up the city? Nothing. Nothing. No. Chicago, stores boarded up. Mothers trying to figure out, you already got single mothers. Now you got single mothers trying to figure out where they're going to get milk for their babies, where they're going to get Pampers, where they're going to get food, because y'all done went out here and tore up everything. What did you accomplish? Not a damn thing. Nothing. Some of these mom and pop stores that's been in these neighborhoods for 40 and 50 years, your parents used to go to these stores, and these stores still here. That was somebody's living. That was somebody's bread and butter. Ignorancy allowed it to disappear. Just so you can say, man, we tore up the city. Okay, what you get from it? Your picture snapped and put on the news to go to jail. That takes me back to downtown. I find it really amazing how downtown they use cameras to catch license plate numbers and faces of people that was looting. But they can't use them damn cameras to catch no shooters. That's sad. People can get killed downtown in Chicago, day or night, in a camera-lit facility. Not a picture. But you got all of these pictures and license plates and everything, names of people for taking clothing. I'm not saying stealing is wrong. I'm not saying stealing is right. But when did clothes become more important than somebody's life? I'm not saying that they shouldn't be held accountable. But don't you think people that's out here killing people should be held accountable too? So that's where you got to start thinking. You got to stop thinking about, oh man, somebody snitched. You got to start thinking, what's the entire agenda? Why is there so many people can get killed and can't know? They got cameras on every street light. Run a light and watch and see, don't you get a ticket in the mail? Run a light and watch and see, don't you get a ticket in the mail? But you go in that same corner and shoot somebody 10 times, camera won't catch nothing. Y'all better start thinking. Everybody running around here to my Black Lives Matter. Have anybody done their homework? Anybody done their homework? Stop yelling out something just to be cool with what everybody else is saying. Because if Black lives really fucking matter, little kids wouldn't be getting killed in the neighborhood. Mothers wouldn't be ducking bullets trying to get their kids to or from wherever they gotta go. Stores wouldn't be all tore up and boarded up if Black lives really matter. Because guess who live in these neighborhoods you bullet riddling and you setting fire to Black people. So how in the hell do Black lives matter? Y'all letting these organizations come. The only time Black Lives Matter show up is when they want to make it a race thing. And y'all so stupid that y'all fall right in line with it. If a black man kill another black man, Black Lives Matters don't show up. These babies getting killed, Black Lives Matters ain't nowhere in the picture. Where the hell was Black Lives Matters when Zach got killed? Where the hell was Black Lives Matter when Duck got killed? Where the hell was Black Lives Matters when any of these guys, I don't care what gang you was in, what neighborhood you from, I don't care. When any of them got killed, where was Black Lives Matter? They was Black. See, it didn't matter to them because that's a check. One more gone. One less for us to take care of. Y'all better start doing your homework. Start doing your homework. Y'all inviting them to we gonna have a protest. Yeah, y'all set out for a peaceful protest. They come in and set y'all up, hype you up. Next thing you know, you're burning up stores, knocking windows out, stealing stuff. And Brother Rob just said it best. He just said it best. Only when cameras rolling. There's an agenda in there. You don't think they're getting paid off of that? They're getting paid to help you tear up where you come from. Because then what did that mean? If there's nothing there, that's a wipeout. See what they're gonna do is once y'all finish tearing everything up, y'all remember the projects, right? If anybody from Chicago been around forever, y'all know about the projects. Remember how they let everybody tear the projects up and get them all rowdy and filthy? What did they do? Moved everybody out, tore them down, stop building luxury homes, stop building these little communities over there. Go down there on 35th and look around. It's called Bronzeville now. Go down there and look around. It ain't the same 35th Street. All they gonna do is keep on giving y'all things, ways, and reasons to tap where you from. And once it's tore up to a certain point where it can't be repaired, they're gonna come in and start building up these buildings where you ain't gonna be able to afford the rent. So what you gotta do? Homeless, somewhere else, and y'all too stupid to see it. I'm tired of hearing brothers and sisters talking about we ain't got no black-owned businesses. Well, the few that you had, you fucking tore them up. The few that you had, you tore them up for attention. Because that's all you did it for. If Black Lives Matters, why would you go and burn down a black store? Why would you go and loot a black store? Black Lives Matter. I said this before, and a few of my friends got offended by me when I said it, but I don't even give a damn. God didn't make us to be going around to my different colors, this and God made man. God made man. I'm so tired of everybody trying to pinpoint, what color came first or who's the. I'm so sick of that shit because it's ridiculous. If you a God-fearing person, you're not worried about somebody's color. You're not concerned with what color came first. God's a loving God. God's not a colorful God. That's one of the things that bother me. And I'm sorry for saying his name, then profanity, but I get really bothered by certain things that I'm hearing. I'm like, man, how can you speak of God and certain things in the same voice, in the same breath? I had somebody tell me, well, black people can't be racist. I'll wait. There's black people that's racist just like white racist. Well, you have to have money and power to be racist. No. Racist mean a person who don't like a person for their skin tone, their nationality. They got nothing to do with no damn money. So a lot of people they figure, okay, I went to school and I've learned this. Hey, sometimes that book don't tell you everything. That book ain't telling you the truth. That book telling you what they want you to know. So why you sit up here and figure that you just, I'm this. No. Reality steps in and slaps you right back into the present, just like the song say. That's black racist people. You ever heard? What about when you see a black man, he go, look at this redneck, you old honky. That's racist. He can be a homeless black man saying that's racist. We don't like when they say white power. So how is it not offensive when somebody's saying black power and black mom? That's offensive. I even had somebody say, oh man, well, you feel that way because you date white people. Who I date is my business. And who I date don't make me change how I feel. I was feeling like this when I was married to a black woman. I've always felt that way. I'm not going to say something or make a comment that I don't want somebody else to make to me. If somebody come and call me, hey, nigga, I'm offended. So why would I go and honky? I'm not going to do it. It's just not right. Oh, they were saying white power. We saying black lives. Come on, let's keep it real. Everybody want to touch on this freedom of speech. Okay. If they can't tell us what to say, who the hell are we to tell them what to say? I'm not saying it's not offensive, but then that's when it comes into play that everybody that's saying certain things need to take other people's feeling into consideration. God didn't say black people stay with black people, white people with white. I had somebody tell me that, interracial relationships is an abomination. That's funny. Well, none of us would be here because if you really want to know the truth, we all should be dead then. Because slavery days, since y'all want to get historical, slavery days, who you think was sleeping with a lot of the black women? How do you think you got mixed babies? I mean, think about it. You want to say what's right and wrong? Are you God? Did God tell you a white man and a black woman shouldn't mate? A black man, God didn't tell you no such thing. That's you. That's you watering down the words. God is a loving God with a loving heart. The heart loves, the eyes lust. If you looking at somebody, I would never date a white woman. I would never date a white man. I would never date a black woman. I would never date a black girl. You're a damn racist. Because you don't know what your heart gonna fall for. You're a damn racist. You might walk in somewhere and just be so attracted to somebody, you're gonna ignore that, which might be that blessing put in front of you because of their color. But you're gonna run and hitch up with this one over here because it's of your same race. We was just watching what's this reality show, Big Brother. And I'm gonna show you how black people be racist and they know it, but try to cover it. The black girl on there, they was talking about who they gonna eliminate. They wanted to backdoor the black guy, and you know what she said? Before I even got on the show, I said I'm not eliminating anybody that look like me or my color. So you didn't. This is a game of strategy, and you gonna leave somebody in the game because they black. You're not playing the game. You playing a race card. There's all kind of nationalities in there. Well, I think that's Puerto Rican or some different people in there. But no matter how the game go, I'm not going to eliminate the black guy. Anybody my color, I'm not. I'm like, wow, you know, that's racism right in front of everybody. Now, let that have been the other way around. And the white guy that said, well, let's get the black girl out because I don't want to take out anybody my color. That would have been us. That segment of the show would be on the news right now. That person that said that would be off the show in court by morning. That's what I don't understand. We get offended by the same damn things that we do, but when it's done to us, we don't like it. Now, I'm not saying all this cop killing, that's bogus, that's wrong. And for everybody to my some, you know, I go through the comments and sometimes I get mad, but I don't respond because I'm at a different level. It's not me responding when you can't talk to an ignorant person. If they coming off with that thought already, their mind is made up he should have just stopped moving. If somebody got a gun on you, one, you're nervous. Two, you seen everybody else get shot and choked. You don't know if to move, run, shit, fart, whatever. Because the only thing you saying is, I'm not going home. It's come to the point that 96% of the times that a black man get pulled over, he's not going home. Now that's sad. That's sad. And then when it gets to the point, hopefully it don't, but when it gets to the point that black men start saying, well, oh man, here come a police car and pulling things out and start handling, don't even let the car stop. Everybody gonna say, well, why did he start shooting? I'm not saying it's okay, because it's not. But what's the first thing you do when you feel like you got to fall into survival mode? You get prepared. When you got to walk around the street and you got to try to figure out it's kill or be killed. Come on, man. What is this, blood sport? It's starting to look like they leave the station with the thought, okay, see how many I can tag up today. When you cops supposed to be trained. It's a damn shame a truck driver have to go to class longer than it take for a cop to get be certified. It take longer and more classes to drive a damn truck than to be a cop. You can't get in that truck and operate a truck until for a certain amount of time. But you can sure get out there in a squad car. They get you out there quick. There's so many lives lost between us and them killing us. Where's the hope? Where's the hope? But that's when it just starts. I looked at that video like 3 or 4 times and I couldn't look at it no more because I couldn't believe what I was looking at. And then I seen a guy say, well, they don't know what he was reaching for. First round, why the hell are you following that close behind the man with both of y'all got your gun draws to his back? Come on now. Then when you read the report, everybody, all the people in the thread saying, well, he was a criminal. I heard he done wrong. So everybody that do wrong should get shot. A lot of y'all that was making them comments should be dead right now. Because every last one of y'all done something wrong. Ain't nobody that was on that page, not a one that was on that page that hadn't done wrong. Well, what one guy, I looked at his profile, this guy had about 3 teeth, 2 almost borrowed. Standing by a dirty trailer. Well, I can picture him saying, he typed it in, but I can, looking at his picture and looking at his words, I can just about peg him. Well, he was a damn criminal, so he got what he deserved. How you know he was a criminal? I bet you can't even fucking spell criminal. But that's the first thing they do. They want to peg, dig in his background. See what, man ain't even been dead 2 days. He's a criminal. He's this, he's that. Y'all have everybody's detectives. The news said the police was called for domestic violence. He had just broke up the fight that they was called for. Why the hell is they following him to his car, pulling out guns, pulling him by his shirt and shoot him in the back? Why? You go to stop somebody from getting seriously hurt and you end up hurt in front of your kids sitting in the back seat, watching their dad get shot. Do you know what that just did to them 3 boys? Now that's 3 boys that, if they lucky, God's will that they lucky enough to grow, it's gonna be scarred and just may be out here in the street doing some things that they shouldn't be doing because what they saw. It goes back to every action has repercussions. The fact that those kids saw their dad shot like that can set up a hatred in them. And now you got 3 boys, however many out of them grow up don't like white people because what they saw. See, those are the things people don't think about. I understand. One of the scenarios I tried to put in my head, maybe they thought he was reaching for something. Maybe he shouldn't have reached in the car. Maybe he should have stayed out. But I'm not there to know the situation, so I can't assume anything. I can't assume nothing. I don't know what he was going in the car for. But to shoot somebody in the back 7 or 8 times, come on now. You can't tell me your intent wasn't really in him. If I'm not mistaken, I remember when I used to be a security guard on 35th and King Drive. When we went for when I went taking all the tests and everything, one of the things they always say, if you had to shoot somebody, you shoot for the, if they run in or something, or only if you're not even to shoot at them if they run in. Now, if they draw and you feel that your life is in danger, you're supposed to shoot to stop, not to kill. And I'm just like, man, these dudes here, people running away from them and they shoot them square in the back. How are you threatening somebody with your back turned? You take a bullet to the head. You take a bullet to the, bullets to the back. If you feel that them getting away is putting you in danger, I still don't understand that. But if you do, he got 2 legs. You want to stop him, hit that leg. I still feel you wrong for shooting anybody running away. You have that radio and I know you cannot outrun that radio. 99.9% you're going to get caught. That radio going to catch you. But when you aiming at somebody's, when these licks 16, 17 times, no. You ain't trying to stop nobody. You're trying to kill them. But it's just time that everybody wake up. Wake up, people. Wake up before it's your turn. We can run around here all day and play like we tough. It's amazing how we tough with each other. We tough with each other. I look at these videos and I'm not condoning it and I'm not saying this is what should happen, but I look at these videos and I go, these cops is mauling this brother. You got 8 brothers standing right there. Hats twisted. Look like they all got guns on them. But that brother get mauled to death. But they'll go around the corner and shoot the hell out of each other. What sense do that make? Senseless. You'll kill each other, but you ain't gonna do a damn thing to help each other. You'll stand and watch another brother get beat to death, choked to death, whatever. But you'll go around the corner and shoot somebody of your own kind for a damn color of a hat. I'm done, y'all. Love is love.